What's going on, guys? It's your boy Brad back with another video, and look who I have.
Are you listening? Nurse Pass. Beast Mode. Grinding. Yeah.
The first time, well, we live streamed for the second time ever. Ashley Adkins RN. If you don't know who she is for some reason, links in the bio, description, whatever. Go subscribe. So we, as you guys know, we've been pretty active on social media trying to poll questions from you guys and wanted to see what kind of topics we wanted to talk about. We've got a pretty good question, and actually I should throw the name out there. This was from Andrea on Instagram. What would you guys say is the biggest challenge for new grad nurses, and how did you overcome it?
That's a good question. I think there's so many challenges as a new grad nurse. So I would say my biggest challenge as a new grad nurse is just, he's obsessed with my camera.
This camera's awesome.
Is like learning the differences between being a nursing school nurse and then being an actual floor nurse, because you get programmed in your mind how things are supposed to be per these steps, and then when things don't look that way or not presented that way, and you're like stuck in the mindset like, oh, I have to do it this way, and kind of molding your what's it called?
Practice.
Yeah, like learning how to actually be a nurse, because it's like you learn all this stuff in nursing school, but like you realize you don't actually really know that much until you actually become a nurse. I mean, you know more than you think you know. You've got a good foundation, but now you're building off that foundation and actually learning how to apply that in the real world setting is a challenge.
Yeah, I think, just making the whole transition from nursing student into nurse, you no longer have, I mean, you do most likely wherever you go, you're going to have a preceptor there, but you don't have a nursing instructor there holding your hand. You have a new level of autonomy about you where you are the nurse. You're no longer the student. Your hand isn't necessarily being held, and so you got to begin to cultivate not only your practice, your personability with patients, but also time management, which is extremely tough whenever you're a new grad. Because a lot of times, I mean, you don't necessarily, I don't know, programs differ, but in my program, like, it was very lax. It really was. Like, it was almost like a shadowing experience with the nurses every day. I mean, you could do some skills here and there if there were things to do, but you weren't like, I got to draw labs and then I got to look at the results of these labs and call doctors and intervene appropriately. And not only that for one patient, but for two or three, wherever kind of specialty you go into.
Yeah, and you're so used to like having someone there with you all the time when you're a new nurse and or a nursing student, and then when you're like full-fledged on your own, you feel like you're doing something wrong. Like, should I really be drawing up these meds by myself? Like, you're so used to someone watching you do it, which is weird. And that's what I'm gonna say.
What were you gonna say?
Something. Oh, my very first shift as a nurse ever. I was on a med-surg tele floor, but I remember like I was trying to keep up with all these patients and all this stuff, and I didn't even look at the labs. And I realized when I went home, I was like, I didn't have time to look at the labs. I didn't even, I was still with my preceptor that day, so we had the two of us, but I remember thinking, how in the heck am I going to manage all these patients, give all these meds, know their history, know why they're here, know the plan of care, and be able to like look at their labs, recommend what labs or medications they should be on?
Right.
Like, it's impossible.
Yeah. So those are some of the biggest challenges that we faced as new grads, and that I think a lot of new grads do face. But how do you remedy the situation? All of these issues, how do we fix it? I think a lot of it really comes through repetition. I still am a new grad nurse myself. I'm about 6 or 7 months in now, but I'm finally on my own. I have no preceptorship about me, and I feel pretty comfortable. And 6 months ago, whenever I graduated nursing school, I didn't think that I would have this level of comfortability. Is that a word?
Yeah, I think it is.
But it comes through repetition and time on the floor, just working. So there's a method to the madness, and you just have to endure the process, and you'll come out the other end better for it.
I agree. Knowing that you know that you're going to be overwhelmed, and if you realize that that's a normal feeling, then you can like recheck in with yourself and be like, okay, this is normal.
Yeah.
Let's continue on.
Yep. Hope that was helpful.
I hope so.
That rambling mess. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button down below. I'm putting out content every week to motivate, uplift, inspire you to be the best damn nurse you can be, and so is she. So again, in the description, if If you're not subscribed to her, I suggest you go do so. It's been your boy Nurse Bass and Ashley Adkins RN. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Peace.